It's Throwback Thursday, and a lot of us are still in the Valentine's mood. Well, I just came about it yesterday, but all of us, except football fans, let's take a moment to share our condolences with Arsenal fans who also lost heavily against Bayern Munich yesterday. It's hard to be an Arsenal fan now. Anyway, there are so many other issues trending on social media, and here is where you get to share all your views on it. Hi, and welcome to Joy News Interactive. And for the next 30 minutes, it is all about you and your views. My name is Victor Brache, and you can join the conversation via our social media platforms on Facebook and on Twitter. And the address is on your screen, but you can also tweet at us at Joy News on TV and JN Interactive GH. You can send us your messages, and we're going to read them as we go on with the show. This week, Ghana's education system has been in the spotlight, and the education minister designate, Mr. Michael Opoku Prempeh, has charged heads of schools to ensure that they ensure the safety of students of various institutions. But as I said, Matthew Opoku Prempeh is now the minister for education and not the designated minister, as I said earlier. My apologies. But he has charged heads of schools to ensure that at least 90% of their students pass their final exams. And if they don't do this, those school heads will be removed from posts. We asked a question on Facebook: what do you think about this directive? Is he being extreme, or is he being realistic about this directive? You shared your views on Facebook. We're going to read a couple of your views on Facebook, but you can still keep sending us your message on this particular thing, that if students, 90% of your students do not pass the exams, you, the headmaster, you're going to be removed from posts. Kwame Danso says the students of nowadays are very, very lazy, and indeed lazy. Instead of them to learn, you will see them watching telenovelas, WhatsApping, and other stars. So a policy should be done to stop all the television stations from showing their telenovelas, because between some range of time, and also student needs to be punished and caned. Okay. Oh, Kwame, this is your comment and your view. Sounds extreme to me, though. But Prince Nuruddin Baumia says that's a nice decision, and I hope heads of schools would be proactive by encouraging and motivating their students to study hard, following the steen warning from the ministry. We have Kojo Opoku Brobe, who says it means this. Okay, doesn't know anything about education. Ask him the factors that affect education. Kojo, your words wouldn't allow me to go and read your comments. We're going to move on to Nana Kofi Asare, who says teachers will then be paid very, very well. It's obvious government pretends to pay teachers, and teachers also pretends to teach. On the other side, failure of students comes in with a lot of factors. At the basic level, some public schools perform poorly, while some private schools do better. You can go on the Facebook page and read his entire view on the post we shared on Facebook. Isaac Beacon says he should keep mute, lest we lose confidence in him, and be abreast with the labor law. Pure show of the philosophy of novelty noticed. And we have Georgina. Georgina says he's joking. He's only exercising the jaw. Does he know the factors that make one to fail? Does he know that head teachers can decide to admit only brilliant students, and also students they trust will pass? Okay, a message not clear. But we have Ayatollah Asante Emmanuel, who says outmoded method. It was used in the colonial days. It was called payment by result. It led to cheating and rote learning. Mr. Minister, this is a bad decision there's a bold decision in a wrong direction. And we have Kweku Charles and Kroma, who says the challenge or problem is not solely at the doorsteps of the teachers nor heads. The pupils and students of today, into brackets, some of them, don't like reading or learning. It's about social media and TV. We have Honorable Akito, who says, now that we are going to provide educated illiterates in the country, the heads are going to be the kingpins of providing apport and bribing the conductors of the exams. Ha ha ha. Oh, poor Ghana. We have Salifu, who says he should come again. Doesn't mean teachers are the main cause of failure. And then if he wants to get his boys jobs, he should look for another option, or else they risk to stay for only 4 years. We have Adia Samuel, who says, sorry, Honorable Matthew Opoku Prempe, I know you are a medical doctor. How many medical professionals have been sacked due to loss of life in our hospitals? That's a question from Adia Samuel to Matthew Opoku Prempe. We have Eric Apia, who says, have you been to some schools before? Like, you will see the essence of what he is saying. You will go and you will see the teachers speaking broken English and the students playing in the classroom. And we have George K. Owusu, who says, this is the beginning of promoting another regime of apport. If I must be sacked as headmaster, then the student must pass at all costs. Napo has begun on a wrong note. And we have Nookbo, God knows, Billy says, Mets fired. Who is going to write the exams, the headmasters or the pupils, the politicians and their level of thinking? Is it the headmasters that are going to write exams for the pupils? If that is if that is his mind, then his government must be ready to pay judgment debt. And then he continues to say, it is not written anywhere in our laws and regulations that if a pupil fail in examinations, the head of their school must be sacked. Politicians will never stop amazing me. Simon says, call is in the right direction, which could be applied to all sectors, departments, or agencies of the public sector for maximum output. And we have Swansea Abdullahi Takora says, is it to say that he should also be sacked if he failed to deliver as a minister? What study has he conducted to prove that heads are the cause of students' failure? Okay, so let me take it again. Say, what study has he conducted to prove that heads are the cause of students' failure? And then he continues to say the problem goes beyond what they are thinking. It is, and it needs a holistic approach to tackling it. And then he continues to write more, but we're going to read what Pepra Isaac has written. And he says, well, that's not bad, only if they are going to provide all that is needed is teach. Other than that, I would say he's only making noise. And you have Samuel Oche, who says, this means education will be like in the 1960s and 70s. Heads and teachers will make sure that if you cannot perform, leave only for the serious ones. So these are some of your comments on Facebook. We're going to read more of your comments when we come back to Facebook to read the posts that we have shared. But moving on, the elections for the regional slots available for the Council of State is underway. The Council of State consists of one representative from each region of Ghana, and they are elected in accordance with regulations made by the EC under Article 51 of Ghana's Constitution by an electoral college comprising 2 representatives from each of the districts in the region, nominated by the district assemblies in the region, and 11 other members appointed by the president. My colleague Joseph Akable joins me live now from the West Municipal Assembly to give us an update on what is happening on the ground. Joseph, good morning, and what do you have for us? Give us the latest from the Assembly, Joseph. Joseph?
Well, so Victor, just about some 10 minutes ago, yeah, Victor, I can hear you. Just about 10 minutes ago, the voting started here at the Ghana West Municipal Assembly, like you rightly put it. Right behind me is the auditorium itself where the voting is taking place. And on a very big news that we broke earlier on is the fact that E.T. Mensah, a key member who was tipped as one of the candidates to look out for in this election, among the 16 candidates, he has withdrawn from the race. In fact, he wrote a letter. The letter was dated yesterday, but it arrived at the commission this morning, and he's citing personal reasons as the reason for his withdrawal. I'll be walking in shortly so that you have a look at what is going on inside. But before we do that, I need to engage some delegates here, and I'm joined by Christian. Christian, if you could come closer. He is a delegate from the Tema Metropolitan Assembly. Now, the fact of the matter is that there are 16 assemblies here in the Greater Accra region, and out of the 16 assemblies, they are presenting 2 delegates each, making 32 that are taking part in this election. So let me find out from Christian. First and foremost, how has the process been for you?
The process has been very smooth, very transparent, and very calm, most importantly.
And then again, even before the election started, you had an opportunity to hear from the candidates. You are a delegate, you have the power, you've already voted. Is it a case that you were waiting to listen to them before you decided, or long before you came, you decided who you were going to vote for?
Akabli, thank you very much, but let me use this particular providential opportunity to once again thank so much the members of the Tema Metropolitan Assembly for the confidence they repose in us, myself and Honorable Koto, to represent the Tema Metropolitan Assembly at this particular electioneering process. And moving forward, I think that before we moved in here, we were informed per the notice of poll that there were 16 candidates, and then I was privileged to have met about 6 of the 16 candidates. They called on us at our various homes, so we had more time. We had the opportunity to listen to them and then also ask them questions. Specifically, we had certain areas of sensitivities, certain areas of concerns.
So that helped you make your choice before?
Exactly. And so
I'll come back to you, but Victor, the facts of the matter is that, he mentioned 16 candidates. In actual sense, we now have 13 because 3 of them have withdrawn. First and foremost, I already mentioned that E.T. Mensah withdrew his nomination citing personal reasons. We also have Nenete Kwesi Agyeman, the 5th, he also withdrew. And again, we have Eric Asamani also withdrawing from the race. So just you as a delegate with this withdrawal, does that affect you in any way? Has your candidate withdrawn or your candidate is still in?
You know what? I did state that we had one-on-one with them at our various homes. So this particular platform that they were given to talk was only a platform. I was only looking forward for them to reaffirm or restate what they have told us in our various homes. All right. So as to whether or not my candidate withdrawn or not, I was looking forward, because at the end of the, honestly speaking, before I came here, I chose at least one candidate. And so I was only looking for an opportunity for that candidate that I chose way back to restate or reaffirm his position on our areas of concerns as assembly members. And of course, he did exactly that. And at the end of the day, I think that I give him the nod.
Finally, just before I let you go, just a quick one. For you, you're an assemblyman yourself, for this election entirely, the Council of State election, as an assemblyman, what does it mean for you?
It means a whole lot. You know, as I speak to you now, by the grace of God, like you rightly mentioned, I'm representing over 10,000 people at Homowo electoral area within the Tema metropolis. And I know so much well that this Council of State members are going to advise the president on so many issues, right from local government, from grassroots to the national level. And so I think that we need somebody that we can relate to, somebody we can go to, so that certain things we can discuss with them, they take it to the top, but then hopefully it gets to Parliament so that certain key policies or decisions can be taken that will also affect us at the grassroots level.
So you heard Christian Yao Amwa. He is a delegate from the Tema Metropolitan Assembly. He's also the assemblyman for the Homowo electoral area there. So just quickly, let me just move in, Victor, so that you have a quick view of what is actually going on. It's the voting process that is ongoing there, and we understand has almost ended now. We just ended some few minutes ago, so it has to do with the sorting out and counting that will be taking place. So that is what is going on. So we are moving closer so that you could have a better view of what is actually happening there. So voting has ended. It was a smooth voting because just 32 delegates are supposed to be voting, and that they've all cast their ballots quickly. So it's the sorting out that you can see on your screens now is taking place, and the counting will quickly follow, after which the results will be declared. So it's because we have just 32 delegates supposed to vote, 2 from each assembly, 16 assemblies in all, and that is, and it's just some few minutes time we'll be knowing who has emerged victorious as the representative from the Greater Accra region. So this is the situation here, Victor. If you can hear me, over to you in the studio.
Akable, thank you very much for that report. So we'll be coming back to you to get the final results of the counting when we are done with this particular post on Facebook. But you know, we asked you your views on the relevance of a Council of State, and you shared a couple of your comments here on Facebook, and we're going to read a couple of it. We have Ken Ando, who says they lost their relevance due to the incompetent and corrupt leadership of the NDC. But now that we have the incorruptible and competent Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the president, they will be relevant. And we have Demede Simon says it hasn't lost its relevance. If it seems so, then it is due to the twin evils of our polarized political structuring and winner-takes-all syndrome. And we have Elias Amache, who says it was so during NDC government, but now it will be real Council of State. We have Prince Nuruddin Baumia, who says, I don't think the Council of State lost its relevance as far as the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana is concerned. We should be focused and appreciate the role being played in ensuring the peace and stability of the country. We have Ras Akito, who says, do we have special people to vote or anyone can go there and vote? And we have Anthony Lord Awuni, who says, yes, the Council of State is irrelevant since its decisions are not binding on the president. It is a complete it's a complete waste of our resources and must be scrapped. The country spends a whooping sum of 300,000 Ghana cedis every month as salaries. Why? What has Ghana done? The framers of the Constitution did not do us good. We have Nwokpo, God knows Billy, who says, what is this? What is their role at all? And then I have been hearing the name, but I don't know what they do. Okay. We have Aliu Mahama, who says, well, that's their opinion. Well, okay, I mean, it's not clear. So, well, that's their opinion, and that's their opinion, and I believe they have reasons for that. To me, it should be abolished. And we have Kweku Charles and Kroma, who says it has. And then Mate Seth says, we are in charge. We are in the change era, so we hope to see their efficiency and importance. And we have Ima Usu, who says, yep, irrelevant. And then Bature Faisal Zaiden says, good luck. So these are some of the comments on Facebook. Keep sending your messages to us. We're going for a short break. When we come back, we will celebrate Throwback Thursday in a grand style and the latest trend on Twitter. Hashtag we met on Twitter. Keep watching. We're back. Well, welcome back. It's Thursday, and that means it's time to go back in time and celebrate some oldies but goodies. Here's the song for today. Can you guess the title? So that's the song from Lumba. But I mean, moving on, we posted a poem and asked you to finish it on Facebook in relation to some this particular conversation that we are having right now. I'll be going on to the Facebook wall to read your comments on this particular question that we put, the poem we put on Facebook, and ask you to complete. But I'm going to read the poem. Can we scroll up a bit so that I can read the poem and then, okay. So, so this people, we asked what's the title of the song that we just played to you, and then someone says, no, God knows. Billy says, I forgot the title, but Daddy Lumba is my legend of high life. And then we have Fenihas Redu, who says, bra bra. Okay. And then we have Boatin Kenneth Dankwa says, the title is Bra Bra. Oh, okay. It looks like a couple of people have been able to mention the correct name of the song, but I will be bringing you the correct name before the show ends today. But moving on, we asked you to identify a picture that we put on Facebook. We're going to put the picture up very soon, and then you can still keep sending your messages identifying the person or the personality that we have shared his or her picture on Facebook. So the picture is going to come on your screens now for you to identify. Let me give you a tip. It's a man, as you can see on your screen, in the Coca-Cola t-shirt. Let me just give you some few things. There is a player behind him. There's a house player behind him. There's green grass, and there is a stadium behind him. With people filled up in the stadium. But that means this man is a coach. So that's the tip I'm giving you. But Prince Nuruddin Baumia says, rest in peace, sir. So iconic, and his legacy still remains indelible in the history of Madagascar. We have Ken Addo, who says he was and still is the only Sir Jones at Tokofio in Ghana football. May his soul rest in peace. Phobia. And then we have Destiny J. Frimpong says, Jones, I know him. Jones, I remember him for Confederation Cup in 2005. He made me sad because I support Kumasi Asante Kotoko, but he was a great coach. We have Mate Seth, who says this, the late Sir Jones. He denied Kotoko from winning CAF Cup. And we have Avevo Hope, who says, why? Okay, this Avevo, the conversation we're having is about a coach, and it's not about masturbation. I'm sure I can read your post on this platform now. We have Boatin Kenneth Dankwa, who says, Phobia, best coach, rest in peace. Wokpo, God knows. Belly says, Sir Jones. So, yeah, these are some of your comments on Facebook. The conversation keeps going on, and we expect that the latest trend on Twitter is the story of the two poets who met and connected on Twitter. But I mean, you can join or go on Twitter and join that trending conversation, be a part of it, and then we will come back and read it as time goes on. This is how we end today's show on Joy News Interactive. But before we go, as I said, we're going to read a couple of your message on hashtag we met on Twitter. So we have Mutumbo, who says, using the hashtag we met on Twitter, says, so it's not just Twitter. That's a question that he's asking, with a picture of himself and a lady, and then a microphone. I don't know whether they are exchanging wedding vows or it's an engagement. So they met. This is how hashtag we met on Twitter. So possibly the two of them met on Twitter. We have Nathan John says hashtag we met on Twitter, and it says, and now we hate and have blocked each other. So that's from El Nathan John. That's what he's saying. So we met on Twitter, but then now we hate and then have blocked each other. And then we have Stick Sauce, who says, me looking through hashtag we meet on Twitter, realizing I probably dubbed my, okay, so it's not complete. So this is the hashtag that people are talking about. So you can go on Twitter and also throw in your bits about the hashtag we met on Twitter. So this is how we enjoy News Interactive. My name is Victor Brachi. We'll bring you more tomorrow. Stay with us and watch your programs.